Stand by.
Do you know how to press?
Yeah. Ready.
I just want to check the
Ready. Bump, music, and mic. 3, 2, 1. Bumps up.
Ahead for us tonight, a Siouxland community is worried floodwaters are going to damage their homes yet again. The impact of the trade war between China and the United States is becoming increasingly more evident. Plus, thousands filled up the streets of our nation's capital to protest against the white nationalists on the one-year anniversary of their deadly Charlottesville rally. Your news starts now.
Yeah, open rolls.
From KTIV, Siouxland's news channel. This is News 4 at 10.
Camera 2 zooms in.
Good evening and welcome to News 4 at 10. I'm Jennifer Lenzini. Back in 2011, devastating floodwaters ruined many homes at Blue Moon Resort in Niobrara, Nebraska. Many are still trying to recover even 7 years later. Now the community is worried again for the same fate they had years ago. The resort sits alongside the Missouri River. As a matter of fact, many homes live right next to the river. Residents say the water is high because the dams are releasing an overflow of water down the river. This is a result of heavy rains throughout the spring. Many are hauling in rocks and sandbagging to protect their homes.
Yeah, C's up for set.
They're all worried about it, yes. I mean, there too, you think, did we build a house high enough to, you know, or not, you know? Do we have our ground when it's coming up over the banks? You're thinking, wow, maybe we should have went higher.
Residents say they are told it shouldn't get like the 2011 flood, but fear is always in the back of their minds. Economically, homeowners will suffer if it comes to that extreme again. One local remembers the nightmare of 2011.
And he's up for set.
Okay, the water inside of our trailer, we had water in our kitchen sink and sand. Oh yeah.
There has been a flood warning for the Missouri River near Niobrara for over a month now. So for now, preparation is all they can do.
And X4 rolls.
We dried out again over the past several days, but is there more rain coming soon? Meteorologist Jarrett Lancer is here now with our answer. Jarrett?
Yeah, we have had drier conditions over the past several days. It's actually been a lot of sunshine, not too bad of conditions for us as we kept the 80s going for our weekend, and it's nice to get a chance to get out and about. But as far as rainfall, we've really actually been about average for the course of our August. There's a look at what we've seen in Sioux City, just a little over a tenth of an inch behind what we normally see. That comes on the heels of a very dry July, where we were actually over an inch below average. And of course, we all remember June when we had all of the rain that was over our area. So it's been a little bit all over the place. August has been pretty consistent for us, though, so far, as we've had a lot of sunny skies and lots of 80s. We're sitting with clear skies on our Signal Hill sky cam right now, and jumping over to Spencer, we're at 72 degrees, where we also are seeing clear skies. 70 degrees right now in Storm Lake, 75 in Orange City still, and we're at 73 degrees in Wayne. Of course, we have been a little on the humid side again today. We see the dew point sitting in the upper 60s, so you can feel that when you step outside, and just a little bit of light breeze, about 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the southeast. On Storm Team 4 Future Track, we're going to keep those clear skies as we head through the rest of the night. Great for getting to see the Perseid meteor shower that's going on tonight. Will we keep the clear skies as we head into the work week, though? We'll be coming up here shortly.
All right, thank you, Jared. South Dakota authorities say the number of people killed in crashes during this year's Sturgis motorcycle rally was down from last year. The Department of Public Safety's final tally of fatal crashes as of this morning was 4. That compares with 8 killed in crashes at last year's rally. The number of non-fatal accidents also was down this year. Authorities report 56 injury accidents at this year's rally, down from 69 last year, and 50 non-injury accidents this year, compared with 55 last year. The 10-day rally in South Dakota's Black Hills wrapped up today.
And what was up?
China's decision to impose counter tariffs on agricultural imports from the United States are measured and rational, a senior official said recently. China has decided to impose additional tariffs on imported products from the United States worth about $16 billion. The impact of the trade war between China and the United States is becoming increasingly more evident, and the public in both countries are strongly calling for an end to it. Soybeans, the most important agricultural product in the bilateral trade, are at the forefront of the U.S.-ignited trade war. China has been the destination of 60% of U.S. soybean exports. That's more than 6 times as much as the U.S. exports to the European Union. With the additional tariffs, U.S. soybeans will possibly lose its advantage in the Chinese market. China is now the world's largest
Ready,
importer
camera
of
four.
agricultural products, including being the world's largest buyer of soybeans, sugar, and cotton.
And where's up?
Efforts are underway to recover what remains of a plane stolen from the Seattle airport
Going
by
to
an
A-fold.
employee who crashed it on a South Sound island.
And
Aerial
these
footage
folks.
shows scattered parts of the Horizon Q400 aircraft among the trees on the island. The man who stole the plane, Richard Russell, is presumed dead in the wreckage. After maneuvering the plane out of the airport,
Yeah.
Russell flew it for more than an hour before it then crashed. The FBI, the
Going
Federal
out to camera
Aviation
two.
Association, and the National Transportation Safety Board are focusing their efforts on recovering the pilot and flight data records from the crash scene on Keaton Island. Investigators are being aided by Services, a Kent-based company that specializes in aircraft
camera two.
recovery and hauling.
And two's
The
up.
family of the man who stole that
We're going to
airplane
B
released a
or
statement
side.
Saturday. They called Russell a warm and compassionate man.
And B's up for side.
This is a complete shock to us. We are devastated by these events. And Jesus is truly the only one holding this family together right now.
Camera two.
Without him, we would be hopeless.
And two's up.
Authorities say Russell, who was a Horizon Air
Camera
employee,
four
used a
for an
tow
OTS.
vehicle to turn around the plane 180 degrees and prepare it for takeoff. Airline officials said Russell had a certification to tow aircraft. Forget reaching
Four's
for
up.
the stars, NASA is now reaching for the sun. A Delta IV Heavy rocket carrying the
We're going
Parker
to D4.
Solar Probe was blasted into space from Cape Canaveral, Florida, early this morning.
And
The spacecraft will fly
Useful.
straight through the edges of the outer solar atmosphere, making it the first spacecraft to fly that close to the sun. The
Oh my God, it's
spacecraft,
camera
which
two.
is protected by a revolutionary new heat shield, is expected to have its first solar encounter in November. It also marks the first time NASA has named a spacecraft after someone still alive. And 91-year-old Eugene Parker was there to watch the historic launch.
And two's up.
Tensions are running high in Washington
I'm going to
tonight
C
as
for
the
package.
Unite the Right rally takes place near the White House. Thousands filled up the streets of our nation's capital to protest against the white nationalists on the one-year anniversary of their deadly Charlottesville rally. NBC's Jennifer Johnson has our story from Washington.
And C's up.
Unite the Right protesters under heavy police security as they march into Washington. Police trying to keep the peace as tempers rise between white nationalists and counter-protesters.
In 2018, we're not in the Jim Crow era. White people are becoming a minority in the United States and Europe, and we face real discrimination.
A small gathering of the white nationalist group now in D.C. And back in Charlottesville on the one-year anniversary of that deadly rally that left counter-protester
1 minute.
Heather Heyer dead. Mother hugging supporters today.
My daughter had a mission, and it's my job to complete that mission.
Back in Washington, thousands of counter-protesters marched through the city and gathered in Lafayette Park near the White House. Many blaming President Trump for not strongly denouncing the far-right group.
Clearly, they feel comfortable to come out and spread their messages of hate because they feel like they have a friend in the White House.
Yo, my vision is to counteract.
Another counter-demonstration in Washington's Freedom Plaza.
We need to let them know and the world to know that the world is against them.
I am very fired up about this. I am very fired up about this, and I think the time is now for all people to come together.
A divided nation's capital filled with tension. Jennifer Johnson, NBC News, Washington.
And bump rolls up.
We're going to have to break, but when we come back, a farewell reception for a beloved nun who worked in Catholic schools for over 50 years.
And
Plus, the smartphones we use to stay connected may actually be pulling us apart. Keep it here.
Export break and export rolls, break rolls.
Yo, did the guy say the B word in the rap?
I don't know. Put her in queue.
Oh, when he was rapping?
Did you guys hear that?
He did say the B word?
Possibly.
Am I fired? Oh my god. Will you keep an eye on social media?
It would be Jesus because he had the audio on.
Jesus, it's your fault.
Damn.